here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the main event. You want to touch gloves? Nope. Oh, ooh. He gets close. He works his way across that void, and he lets his combinations go. He doesn't throw outside the void. His style is he gets nice and low. He weights himself across the distance, but Ilia just keeps eating it, so he gets close. Then when he gets closer, then he'll let his combinations go. But if he never can get close right here, watch. Ooh, there. Oh! I told you! Woo!
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Damn! Told you, he just waits to sneak up, and once he gets close to you, he unloads every single time. And he was not scared to get in the fire to knock him out. Woo! I knew it. He's good, man. Bop, bop, boom. Measure, booey. Woo! All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Henry Cejudo taking on Merab. Now, this fight is going to be an absolute banger. Round one, here we go. Oh! There you go, Henry. Sorry. There you go, Henry. Uh-oh. Let me gold medalist. Damn, you got a takedown on Henry. Oh, shit. Oh, God. I think Merab, if he keeps on this high pace, then we can see Henry slow down a little bit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Talking to Sean Shelby, I beat up Henry Cejudo. When me and Henry trained together, I said, I think Merab's a tougher fight than Aljo because Merab does not stop. He just keeps on going. Well, I did not think Merab was gonna be able to take Henry Cejudo down 4 times. Gee. Yeah, that's what I had. I had Merab winning that. Robert Whittaker taking on Paulo Costa. It's gonna be a banger. Oh! Oh, shit. Beautiful spinning back kick. Damn. That's how I had it too. What a sick fight. Damn. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this video is sponsored by PRIZEPICKS. Now, if you guys followed my PRIZEPICKS, I didn't drop all of it, but ladies and gentlemen, we went 3 for 1. We took Volkanovski for less, 92.5 strikes. I felt someone was getting knocked out because, like I said before, Ilia Topuria puts himself in the fire in order to land a knockout, and I knew he was not going to change for this fight, especially him fighting for the championship and him fighting somebody the same size, if not an inch taller. Then we went with less with Amanda Lemos, and then Garry landed less, 67.5. Now, where does the pick fall all apart? My friend Henry Cejudo, he dropped the bag. He allowed Merab. I don't think he allowed. I think Merab forced 5 takedowns against Henry Cejudo, and I didn't think Merab was going to be able to take down the Olympic gold medalist 5 times. We went with less with that, and they had it at 3.5. But boys, hey, it's fun to do these picks at the right place at PRIZEPICKS. And if you guys want to get PRIZEPICKS a try, all you got to do is go to your app store, whether it's Android or iPhone, download PRIZEPICKS. And when you do that, make sure you use my code MIGHTY. They will match up to $100 of your deposits. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a fun night, amazing fights. We only got 1 wrong, but we got 3 right. So if we would have flexed it, we probably would have won a little bit of something. But hey, guess what? We have another card coming up soon. So appreciate you guys. All right, in 3, 2, 1. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. And man, oh man, what a banger of a card. Okay, guys, let us take it from the top. Ilia Topuria is a brand new featherweight champion of the world. The very first time I saw this man fight, I was like, oh man, he's pretty good. And then when I saw him fight Josh Emmett, the things he did very well, he always does everything just right. We're gonna get back to that. Volkanovski, congrats, man. 35 years old, one of the longest reigning champions of the featherweight division. Now, guys, I know in my final predictions, I did pick Volkanovski to win because he has never given me a reason to doubt him. But all day today, at jiu-jitsu on Friday and jiu-jitsu on Saturday, I was telling people, I was like, I think he's going to knock Alex out. He's going to knock Alex out. And the reason why I felt that in my gut is Ilia has an interesting way how he approaches his fights. When he kicked today, I was actually shocked that he kicked. And then the axis, A-X-I-S, Y and X, how he moves. He moves. And he's willing to put himself in the fire in order to land the knockout shot. to where typically you see Alex Volkanovski, he's typically always on that curve. I call it the moon curve. I'll draw it out for you guys one of these days. A moon curve where he's always trying to make the opponent overextend and then hit them back. Inside kicks, body kicks. That's what he was doing to Ilia Topuria in the beginning of the fight, because he wanted Ilia Topuria to open up. He wanted Ilia to overextend so he can capitalize on it. But Ilia doesn't overextend. He stays in that nice little tight little boxing weaving motion, and he walks himself to the edge of the void. Then he feints across it, and then when he gets closer, then he lets his combinations go, right? And you saw he was doing it as he was slowly, when you see my reaction, he's slowly getting there. He's slowly getting there. He's super calm. He's wearing a jab on his nose. He's not worried about it because he knows once he gets there, once he lands one on his chin, it's going to be game over. You go back and watch all his previous fights. He does the same thing to Josh Emmett. I knew once the fight started happening and seeing how Ilia was slowly just walking down Volk. Now, Volk did do something good that tried to stifle his forward pressure, which was the clinch game. Right? And he tried to take him down, which is good because you can't keep going on a moon-shaped movement, because eventually Ilia is going to get to you. And he eventually got to Volkanovski. He got close to him. He went forward to the body, 3 to the body, overhand right. He missed the overhand right, but after he did the overhand right, he stayed in that void. He measured against Volkanovski. Then when Volkanovski brought his head up, he went over the top with a beautiful overhand right and followed with the left hook. The left hook did not land because Volkanovski was on the way down. Once he was able to get to his distance and land that combination, it was over. And the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, he's going to knock him out. He keeps on getting closer. He's getting closer and closer and closer. And once he got close enough to land that beautiful combination, which he does to everyone, he was able to get a knockout. But man, Ilia Topuria. Congratulations to Ilia Topuria. Congratulations to Alex Volkanovski. I wish you guys nothing but the best and good health. What does Alex Volkanovski do from here? You know, I think Alex needs to go home and relax. Go home, relax, and just chill. Take a step back, smell the roses, look at all the beautiful things you've already accomplished in your career, and ask yourself, do you want to continue to keep on doing this? He was doing great up till that knockout. It's the second time he's been knocked out. He's 35 years old. He's got a beautiful family. How much more do you want to endure in this sport to try to be at the top, at the very, very top? Being 35, the time's against us. I'm 37, he's 35. Time is not on our side. Time is on the youngster side, where these guys, they can recover faster. They're faster. They can take more shots to the head. For us older athletes, you have to sit back and be like, okay, 1, why am I fighting? 2, do I still need to fight? I think once he answers those questions, I think we can figure out which way he wants to go. Because you think about it, he's on a 3-fight lose streak. He lost to Islam Makhachev, then he came back and fought Islam Makhachev and he got knocked out, and then he just got knocked out by Ilia Topuria. So what does he do next? I think he just sits there and chill, relax, figure out what he wants to do. Now let's move on to the champion, Ilia Topuria. What's next for him? The whole landscape is open for him. 7-0 in the UFC, undefeated. He could fight Max Holloway. He could fight Yair Rodriguez. He could fight Sugar Sean O'Malley. He can go to 155 and fight for that belt. Granted, that's a far stretch, but I love when you see an athlete become a world champion who's on a 5-fight win streak. He hasn't fought the number 1 contenders. He's fought good contenders, but not, Max, Yair. The list just goes on and on and on. So I'm super excited to see what Ilia Topuria is going to do. His reign is just starting. Do I want to see a rematch between Alex Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria? Nah, I don't think we need to see a rematch. I think we saw what's going to happen if they fight too soon. I always tell people this. When I lost to Adrian Moraes, I had to make some lifestyle changes. I had to do some different things and work on my grappling and get myself in a position where I couldn't get taken advantage of. But ladies and gentlemen, Merab versus Henry Cejudo. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. When me and Henry were training and he was getting ready for Aljamain Sterling, I told him I'd rather fight Aljo instead of Merab. Merab is a machine. The man does not stop. And I am shocked that he took Henry Cejudo down 5 times. We even did a little price picks. I went less with Merab, 3.5. I didn't think he can get Henry Cejudo down 4 times, but he did it 5 times. Now, I think the biggest thing in that fight, what I've always had in my gut about that fight against Henry versus Merab, is that Henry loves to measure that distance way too much. It works for somebody who's scared to cross the distance, right? But Merab will just keep coming forward and coming forward. And I didn't expect Merab to have such a good wrestling defense. I did not expect that. That's something that I did not know Merab had. Even when Henry Cejudo hit the inside trip on Merab, he wasn't able to succeed with it. Merab was able to defend it. Henry's hit me with it. He's hit Aljamain Sterling. He's hit everybody he's fought with that inside trip. It's his signature. But Merab stopped it. Another thing that Merab did very well was keep on pressuring Henry, right? The first round, Merab did get dropped. It happens when you're trying to pressure somebody. Luckily, he has a good chin, and he was able to recover. But the second and third round, Merab kept going forward, using the wrestling. Now, that weighs, it sucks a lot of energy out of your gas tank when you're always defending and you're always trying to measure and guess something. Instead of when you're in the fight, it's almost like this. When you run sprints, you continually run sprints, you're going to get tired. But if you just put it in drive and run a long distance race like Merab does, there's no spikes in Merab's thing. He's constantly just going forward, doing the push kicks, doing the combinations, grabbing Henry, wrestling him, doing all these things to where Henry, he's measuring. It's fast switch. That drains your energy tank so fast that it's not a sustainable way to fight. I know this because when I went to go train with Henry, we would do those pop, pop, pop. We would do that. And I'm like, dude, I'm getting exhausted because it's a different type of energy. It's a different type of way to expend energy. So for me, I like to just be moving constantly moving. Don't measure, just keep on fighting. And then when I'm ready, when I see the quality, I'm here, pop, 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 move, pop, pop. That's how I like to fight. But now, we're not even talking about Geoff versus Ian because Ian ran the whole time. I gave his ass a yellow card. I think the only fight on that card where I was just like, what the was probably the Ian Garry versus Neal. Not on Neal's part, just on Ian's. He has an interesting way where he just counterattacks the whole entire time. He literally just runs in a circle, runs, throws a quick jab. He's 6'3". When he meets somebody who's about 6'2" or 6'3", he's not going to be able to have that same type of combination because the range advantage goes out the way. So he's basically one-dimensional. Had no interest in going for him, going 1-1-2, angle 6-3-2, do for a shot, do for a clinch. But at the end of the day, he doesn't have to because he can just run and win a split decision. Okay, let's move forward. Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa. Now, that is probably the best version I've seen of Costa. He was fast. Spinning back kick lands on Robert Whittaker the first round. Bobby Knuckles stayed true to his name, kept the knuckles up, kept on throwing combinations. He was doing a good job timing Paulo Costa each time he threw that lightning fast jab. He'd throw that jab, and then Whittaker would either slip and go overhand right, shovel uppercut with the 5, and land those combinations. And then those guys were going back and forth with the leg kicks over and over again. Absolute banger of a fight. I felt there was no loser in that fight. I felt both those guys' stock rose. I felt the winners of that fight were the fans and myself. And those guys. I mean, round of applause for both those guys. Absolutely amazing fight going back and forth. Bobby Knuckles, Lexus staying on that karate stance. And I think in the middle of the second round, that's where he's like, okay, I'm biting down. It's going to be back and forth war about battles of will. Now, Costa just doesn't fight enough, right? But each time he fights, he's always in these wars. Yoel Romero, Luke Rockhold, everybody he's fighting, it's always been like a 3-round fight or a 5-round fight. He's always in these wars. Israel Adesanya, it wasn't a war, but Izzy gave him the BBC, okay? So, let me back up. Now, what should Henry Cejudo do now? Should he retire? If I was Henry, I would retire. I think Henry already said that, it's either, gold or bust, right? And obviously him on a 2-fight losing streak to the same camp. I don't see who else he's going to fight. I don't think he's going to be fighting for gold anytime soon. So I think for him, I think it'd be the perfect time just to hang him up. He's made great money. He's made a lot of money. He's accomplished so many things that a lot of these athletes will never accomplish. He's beat me. He's defended the flyweight belt. He's also won the bantamweight belt and defended the bantamweight belt. Olympic gold medalist. I think it's time to call it a wrap. Beautiful career. No reason to put your body through the grueling camps, the weight cuts, all that stuff. Like when I saw Henry's face, I was laughing. When I saw Henry's face get up after round 2, I know that look in a man's face. It's like, this shit's for the birds, man. I've been doing, and Henry's been competing a lot longer than I have in the wrestling. So congrats to Henry Cejudo on an amazing career. And if he were to call it a day, I wouldn't be mad at him because he's got a beautiful wife, beautiful kids at home, beautiful businesses. A man's fine. He doesn't need to fight anymore. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning into this live reaction. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and also hit the bell to know when we go live. And we're doing a live Mighty Cast tomorrow, Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please be here. We're going to be breaking down the fights and taking your guys' questions. So once again, this channel ain't nothing without you guys. Appreciate you. Cheer. Well, damn.